It's top of the standings with 6 wins from 6 so far, scoring 13 times, conceding just once. They have been absolutely imperious, both at home in England and on the continent as well. Bayer Leverkusen currently second in the table. Aston Villa sit third at the moment. Inter Milan fourth, Brest are fifth, Lille sixth, and then we have our 2 teams involved in this game this evening. Barcelona seventh, with Dortmund sitting in 8th. Just goal difference separates the 2 sides. Barcelona 18 goals scored, 5 conceded in their 5 matches. Dortmund have scored 2 goals fewer and they've conceded 1 more than the Spanish side, Barcelona, going into this game this evening. So we are just moments away from kick-off. Once again, delighted to be in your company. Kieran Burke is my name and your match commentator here on Flash Score. 2 heavyweights of this competition set to face off in front of the famous yellow wall here in Dortmund. The supporters ramping up a big atmosphere for what is a big game. Young stars on either side we're looking forward to seeing tonight. I think it's fair to say the English forward Jamie Gittins, he's scored in 4 successive games going into this one tonight, and of course a man that needs no introduction now, despite being just 17 years of age. He is a household name. That is Lamine Yamal, the Euros winner with Spain. 6 goals for Barcelona in all competitions this season, and an incredible 11 assists already. It will be Barcelona to get us underway. Nice to see both teams wearing their traditional home strips. Dortmund playing from left to right in the yellow, and Barcelona in their famous home kit playing from right to left. And it's Barcelona that get the game underway. Early touch for Balde, and the ball down the left-hand channel towards Pedri. Slightly loose touch from him, and it's Borussia Dortmund now breaking down the right-hand side. This is Duranville, who has a run at his man, and he's won a corner here out of Martinez. Inigo Martinez forced to play that one behind, and just 25 seconds on the clock, and Dortmund already have something for their supporters to cheer here. It's an early corner for the German side. This is going to be taken here by Bensebaini. Bensebaini gives the signal, plays the ball towards the front post where it is flicked on by a yellow jersey, but that ball goes harmlessly out behind for a goal kick to Barcelona. As mentioned, this is a reunion for Hansi Flick with a Dortmund side that he's beaten 5 times from 5 previous encounters during his time as Bayern Munich head coach. He's going up against a number of players this evening that he gave international debuts to in his ill-fated spell as German boss. Includes the likes of Schlotterbeck. He got his first cap under Flick back in 2022. Felix Metsche, another player who was given his first international cap by Hansi Flick. Pascal Gross, another one, albeit not in the starting 11 for Borussia Dortmund this evening. It's just over a minute and a half played. The team's trying to settle into this game. And a touch for Rafinha. That's a nice ball to open up the pitch and find a pass inside to Dani Olmo. Barcelona switch the ball from left to right, just inside the Dortmund half, only momentarily though, as the ball is worked back towards Inigo Martinez. Martinez with a simple ball down the line to Alejandro Balde. Balde goes back to the central defender Martinez. Barcelona getting their foot on the ball now and starting to move it quite nicely. A couple of little 1 and 2 touch passes, sees Olmo collect the ball inside the centre circle in the opposition half. A loose ball back this time from Olmo, sees goalkeeper Peña have to come out of the 18-yard box and just keep this attack moving for Barcelona, but they have given up quite a bit of ground there with that loose ball from Dani Olmo. This is the best spell of possession we've seen from either team so far. 2.5 minutes on the clock, and Barcelona starting to move the ball nicely. That's a lovely turn, drop at the shoulder in midfield from Dani Olmo. Plays the ball out to the left-hand side to Rafinha. He's got Balde on his overlap, but he's used that run from Balde to cut inside. He eventually does play it to Balde. Low cross inside, and it just evades Lewandowski at the back post, and Borussia Dortmund very pleased to be able to clear that one away. Barcelona very quickly win it back off Gittins. The Catalans come forward again. That's a nice ball inside from Pedri to find Lewandowski. Lewandowski recycles it out to the right hand side, and there's a cross inside, and this time it just evades Rafinha at the opposite post. So that was almost tap-ins for Lewandowski and Rafinha at either stick there in the last couple of moments. Really good start to the game here from Hansi Flick's men. Barcelona come forward once more now with Kubarsi. He finds Yamal driving towards the edge of the penalty area where he's held up by a couple of Dortmund players. He spins one way, spins the other. He's got support on his outside now through Jules Koundé. Koundé decides just to keep this attack ticking along. Takes a simple pass, simple option there. Koundé, the ball back now inside the Barcelona half with Inigo Martinez. Dortmund happy to have him, let him have it here on the halfway line, where he finds a pass to Caicedo. Back goes to Kubarsi now, over to the right hand side towards Koundé. Koundé in towards Dani Olmo, who's already looked threatening in the opening minutes here. Did really well to get Olmo to Barcelona in the off-season after that fantastic showing he put in at the Euros for Spain. He was linked with the likes of Manchester City, but he eventually signed for Barcelona from Red Bull Leipzig in August for a big fee. He's already got 5 goals in 9 La Liga appearances. Had struggled with injury in the early part of his Barcelona career, but he's overcome that now and he's looking sharp and very much up for this one tonight. Here he goes again. Olmo evades one tackle, evades two. This is great footwork. Can he find the cross? It's not a bad ball inside. It's cleared away by Julian Ryerson. He was facing his own goal there. He had to be careful where he put it, but he's done well to put that out behind for a Barcelona corner. Flick was momentarily on his feet, but he's happy to take a seat now inside his technical area. I think he feels his team have matters in hand for the moment. 5 minutes on the clock, but it's already Barcelona starting to get on top in this one. Barcelona corner, 1 corner apiece already in the game. Lewandowski lurking inside that 18-yard area. He knows all about scoring goals at this ground, of course. Former Dortmund player, but he scored more goals against them than any other team as a long-range shot comes in on the edge of the Dortmund area. That was from Rafinha. He blazed it over the bar. It's Lewandowski with an incredible record, a career best record of 27 goals in 26 matches against Borussia Dortmund. He'll be looking to add to that tally tonight. The man that's got 16 goals in 16 La Liga matches this season and a remarkable 7 goals in 5 Champions League outings. He scored against his former club Bayern Munich in this competition already. Can he notch now against another of his former clubs this evening? His midfielders have started this game. He'll certainly fancy that he'll get plenty of service tonight, Lewandowski, as Dani Olmo is fouled inside the Dortmund half. That was a foul coming in there from Schlotterbeck. It's just caught Olmo late after Olmo had tried to play a ball out to the right hand side. The referee gives Schlotterbeck a warning. It will be a free kick to Barcelona in a fairly central position. They're about 20 yards away from the edge of the Dortmund penalty area here. Pedri and Rafinha standing over this dead ball. Pedri decides to play the ball out to the right hand side towards Lamal. Lamal stands it up into the area, but Emre Can perfectly placed to intercept. It's a loose ball out from Can, and he's given it back to Yamal, who tries to find his way around the former Liverpool man, but Yamal just runs out of real estate there, and that'll be a goal kick to Borussia Dortmund. Emre Can and Schlotterbeck setting up on the edge of their own 6-yard box here for this restart. Eventually the goalkeeper decides to send it long though, and Dortmund have come away with possession. This is a ball over the top towards Gittins. He looks like he's straight into an offside position here, the Englishman. The flag has stayed down for now. It might go up at some point, but play continues and Dortmund have a chance here. That's a really good save from Peña as the ball was played inside to Marcel Sabitzer, but as I expected, that offside flag did eventually go up. Gittins was right on the shoulder of the last man when that ball was played in behind. He's played a really good ball in towards Sabitzer, and I think Sabitzer was actually onside. I think the offside flag's gone up late for the first phase of play there when Gittins was played in behind, but a couple of really tight calls there for the officials to get involved with. An early tester for them. And an early tester as well for Pena, who stood up well there. Saved that ball using his chest, I think, in the end. A powerful shot from Sabitzer, but it was straight at the Barcelona goalkeeper in the end. Dortmund throw in, quickly taken. They go back to their own goalkeeper, Kobel this time. A couple of clean sheets in the Champions League this season against Club Brugge, and last time out against Dinamo Zagreb. So he could be in for a busy evening. Judging by the first few minutes here, Barcelona started the game very sharply. That little passage of play just moments ago where Sabitzer got in behind and got his shot in. That'll just be a quick reminder for this Barcelona defence that they might not have everything their own way this evening. Barcelona under a tad more pressure, but that's a slightly loose touch on the right hand side from Duranville. Ball makes its way back to Pena, takes no chances, clears his lines. Might have actually been just trying to pick out Lamine Yamal over on the far side, but it's over the head of the youngster and goes out of play for another Dortmund throw. Assessing his options as he takes the throw and eventually just decides to go straight down the line with the ball into the feet of Giovanni Regna. Unable to keep that one in play, so it'll be a Barcelona throw in now. And just maybe regressing into an early lull after those couple of chances at either ends. Teams just trying to feel each other out here inside the first 10 minutes or so. With Kobel inside his own area. It's a good ball out of defence. They're starting to string some passes together, but very much inside their own half of the field, and there's some good pressure applied by Lewandowski. Unfortunately, the ball breaks away off the shins of the Polish striker. It will go out for a Dortmund throw, but that was a good closing down there from Lewandowski. So defence starts from the front. Lewandowski displaying that there. Dortmund now forced to clear their lines. Long ball up towards Gittins. Sabitzer goes up for the header. He's beaten by Rafinha, and the ball now rests with the feet of Balde. To Kubarsi, to Kunde. Kunde has to go back to his goalkeeper Pena. Both goalkeepers having their touches tested out early doors, but that's very much expected of them. It's in their job description these days. These goalkeepers have to be sharp with the ball at their feet. So far no problems at either end in that regard. As Dortmund turned the ball over in the Barcelona half, this is Duranville. Very quickly has to retreat back to Emre Can. Can might have to go back to his goalkeeper here, although he's opened up a couple of yards nicely in front of him. That was some nice footwork from Can. And that's a good switch of play out towards the right hand side here, towards Duranville. Duranville cuts in onto his left foot. He was thinking about a shot, but he was eventually closed down by Pedri, and Barcelona come away with the ball through Dani Olmo. Olmo with a first time ball over the top, but Emre Can, again good positioning from him just to get in front of Rafinha, and he nods the ball down, and Dortmund now can come away with it and try and build an attack of their own. This is Ryerson just testing out the touch there of Duranville. He was on the stretch there receiving that pass, the Belgian international winger, but he did well to keep it in play and win his team a throw in just inside the opposition half. Duranville only 18 years of age, but already capped on a couple of occasions by Belgium, making his international debut in the Nations League against Israel earlier on this year in the summer. He only made 2 first team appearances for Dortmund last term. He's already made 6 appearances now, including tonight. This is his 3rd Champions League appearance, so he's very much starting to be more blooded into this team. Barcelona are almost caught out trying to play from the back there, but luckily for them, a loose pass breaks back the way of Pena, who drops the ball at his feet, and Barcelona will go again. They won't shy away from their principles even after a scare like that. They'll keep playing out from the back, and that's a really good ball into Olmo. He's picking up some lovely pockets of space in the middle of the park. He finds Yamal with a lovely corkscrew pass on the outside of the foot in towards Rafinha, who was just on the stretch as he hit it. He might have lost his footing, but it's gone wide. That was a really swift move though from Barcelona. The ball into Olmo opened up some space. He found a nice pass out wide to Yamal. Yamal with the first time cross. I think he caught Dortmund by surprise how quickly he played that ball into the penalty area. And Rafinha just on the stretch takes it on his left foot first time. Almost a half volley from Rafinha. Can't direct it goal bound. Flick jumping up and down on the touchline. He knows that was a good chance for his team to take an early lead, but it passes them by. 0-0, 13 and a half minutes on the clock. You're listening to live unofficial audio commentary of this Champions League clash between Borussia Dortmund and Barcelona here on the Flash Score app. And we've just heard a big chance there for the visiting side in the last couple of moments. Rafinha unable to add to his 11 goals this season. Actually 16 goals, isn't he? He's got 11 in the league and 5 in this competition. He's 5 from 5 in the Champions League, and it should have been 6 from 6 there for Rafinha, albeit not the easiest chance with the form he's been in this season. You would have expected him to at least have hit the target. It's a lovely dink ball from the right back position into the middle of the park where he finds Pedri. Pedri takes a touch or two just to compose himself, and he soon has plenty of options around him. One of those here is Alejandro Balde. 20th appearance of the campaign tonight for Barcelona, the left back. Pedri again. Once again Balde is on his outside and he uses Balde. Back to Pedri. I think they will try to switch this ball out to the right. That corridor is quickly closed down, so he'll go out left again to Balde. He finds the deep lying Casado. Casado to Kubarsi. They've worked this nicely again from left to right. Barcelona. Yamal in possession now. Kunde in advance. To Yamal again. That's a nice pass inside to Casado. Casado to Lewandowski. Lewandowski with the first time hit. Sat up nicely. Goes over the bar. He might have just been caught on the ankle as well. But referee doesn't give any sort of decision other than a goal kick. I think it might have just been Lewandowski on the follow through of his shot. He might have just clipped the shins of the Dortmund player that was standing nearest to him. He's looking for a free kick, but it's not going to be given. But can't blame Lewandowski for trying from there. He was quite a way out. He was a good 25-30 yards out, but the ball just presented itself beautifully to the Polish striker. Sat up lovely for him. Wasn't afraid to take it on first time. Why not with that career record we've mentioned that he's got against tonight's opponents. Typical Lewandowski form. He's been at the top of European football for quite some time now, but it's still very difficult not to be impressed by his numbers year after year, season after season. 23 goals in 21 matches this season for Robert Lewandowski. Those 7 goals in this competition. It's a good switch of play by Borussia Dortmund out to the right hand side for Duranville. Duranville with some nice tricky footwork. He's found his way into the area. Oh, what a chance that was for the home side to take the lead, but it's blazed over the bar by Marcel Sabitzer. Great dribbling down the right from Duranville. He's cut it back to Sabitzer. It might be just slightly behind the Austrian midfielder, and he's had to try and dig it out, and as a result he's just leaned back and he hasn't got over the strike. It's ballooned over the bar, but that was a chance created by the brilliant jink and run of Duranville. Dortmund have won it back again. This is Guirassy. We haven't seen much of him yet, and we're not going to see much of him in this attack because he's given the ball away instantly. Barcelona now come forward with an attack of their own. The game's starting to become that little bit more stretched now as we head towards the 18th minute. Barcelona try a diagonal ball in behind to Lewandowski, but too much on it. It's claimed by the goalkeeper Gregor Kobel. Possession now, once again inside their own half, just on the edge of the area. It's Emre Can to Sabitzer. He's just missed that big chance. He finds Julian Ryerson. Ryerson had his head up there. He was looking for a forward pass, but there was nothing on, so he has to go back to Emre Can once again. Dropping deep now to try and move an attack on here is Felix Metsche. He's fouled by Dani Olmo, so that'll be a free kick to Dortmund. A fairly inconsequential area of the pitch. Won't mind, I don't think Hansi Flick will mind his players giving away too many fouls there. Does allow Dortmund to reset though and try something different with their latest attack. This time they go for a more direct approach, but there's too much on that ball and it'll run through to Peña. Quickly recycles the ball, rolls it out to the feet of Inigo Martinez. Martinez just puts his foot on the ball, assessing what's on here. Doesn't seem to be a whole pile of options for him going forward, so he just goes out to his left hand side towards Balde. That's a better ball this time from Martinez, who got it back from Balde, and he very quickly picks out a progressive pass forward. In possession now is Pedri. Back to Balde again. Pedri once more. Rafinha dropping deep to link up with Pedri again. Here's Caicedo. Caicedo just slows down the attack and moves the ball on now to Pau Cubarsí. This is Koundé. Cubarsí on halfway. Simple pass to Yamal. Centre back gets it back off Yamal. And now once again it's Koundé. Always looking to get down that right hand touchline as often as possible. This time they'll try their luck down the left, Barcelona. Here comes Balde once again. Takes a touch on his left, recycles the ball inside to Pedri. Seem to find each other time after time, those two. Seem to have good understanding, good partnership down that left hand channel for Barcelona. Pedri and Balde. They come down the right now, they're mixing it up here, Barcelona. Yamal, first time forward, pass in towards Koundé. Koundé just taking a couple of touches to try and set himself up for the cross. The cross is blocked away, but it'll fall to Yamal. Yamal jinks one way, jinks the other. He drives a shot in on goal, and that's a good save down to his right from Kobel. And the ball stays in play, and Dortmund just have to be careful here if they're going to try and play their way out. Barcelona have committed plenty of bodies forward. Dortmund now trying to play a ball over the top of that Barcelona press, but Gittins has not really been able to get into the game so far, the English striker. That ball is taken away from his grasp, and Barcelona come forward again now. So there's one touch football here from the Catalan side. It's an overhit pass out towards Yamal though, who's forced that save from Kobel in the last couple of moments. Ball goes out for a throw into Dortmund. Probably a save you'd expect the goalkeeper to make. It did travel through a small cluster of yellow jerseys though, so we might have just seen it slightly late, the goalkeeper, but he's dealt with it well. There's an underhit back pass presented to Rafinha, but luckily for Dortmund that ball just enough on it to reach the goalkeeper Kobel. He has to make his latest intervention. Just getting in front of the Brazilian Rafinha there, playing that ball away. Kobel again having his passing ability tested. He tries to spray a ball out of his area, but Barcelona latch onto it. This is Caicedo now. Cubarsí. Koundé. Barcelona again try to set up camp, set up shop in the Dortmund half. Dani Olmo. The ball over the top towards Lewandowski, but a good starting position there from Kobel. He's had a very busy few minutes, the 27-year-old Swiss international goalkeeper. Unfortunately, the Nations League wasn't a happy hunting ground for him this season. Switzerland relegated to League B. So far so good for Dortmund in the Champions League, but they've been tested here early on against Barcelona. Barcelona coming forward again now as we hit 22 minutes on the clock. Still Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0. But both goalkeepers have been tested in the early exchanges, particularly Kobel. This is Pedri. We're 30 yards out from goal in the centre of the pitch. He's trying to play a really delicate ball in behind there for Yamal. That was real eye of the needle stuff from Pedri. Confident enough to try and take it on, but he got too much on the pass, and even the speed of Yamal unable to latch onto that one. As Nuri Sahin comes to the edge of his technical area, the Turkish head coach of Borussia Dortmund, just trying to tighten things up, try and make sure his team can ride this Barcelona pressure for another few minutes. Of course, Sahin in his first season in charge here at Dortmund, having served as assistant last season. Enjoyed great success here as a player, winning the Bundesliga, the German Cup and the Super Cup, while he was a Champions League runner-up in 2013. And Dortmund were beaten by their German rivals Bayern Munich in that fabulous final at Wembley. Sahin's record to date reads 20 matches played, he's won 11, drawn 3, lost 6, 44 goals scored, 28 conceded. not his first rodeo either, despite the fact he hasn't been managing for that long. He does have experience from his native Turkey. He was manager of Antalyaspor, overseeing 92 games in charge in his native land, winning 38 of those. And this is another big step forward in his managerial career this evening, going up against the mighty FC Barcelona, 5-time winners of this competition. I'm sure sat him dreaming of beating Dortmund to another final, having got to the big game last season where they were of course beaten by another Spanish side in Real Madrid. After back to winning ways last night against Atalanta in a fabulous game of football. There's 5 goals in that last night. We're still waiting for our first goal here, but certainly looks like a game where we should see some goals. There's been some early chances. Forcing that save from Kobel just a few minutes ago, while at the other end, of course, Marcel Sabitzer, who certainly feel he should have done better for Dortmund after being played in after a brilliant mazy run from Julian Duranville. So we've got plenty to talk about inside the first 25 minutes. We just need that goal now to really get us going. We'll check the latest scores elsewhere shortly as well. If the offside flag goes up, that does give me an opportunity to check in with what is happening elsewhere around the continent this evening. AC Milan and Red Star still scoreless at the Emirates. Arsenal hosting Monaco there. Benfica and Bologna scoreless. Feyenoord into a 2-0 lead already against Sparta Prague. They've got off to a flyer there, the Dutch side. Juventus and Man City is scoreless. Well, there's been goals in the other game of Germany tonight. Stuttgart 1, Young Boys 1, the latest score in that one. Audio commentary available on the 2 games involving Premier League sides tonight here on the Flash Score app. The Arsenal game against Monaco, Manchester City's trip to Italy to take on Juventus. If you want to dip in and out of those, you're more than welcome to. I wouldn't go anywhere just yet, because I get the feeling we're going to get some goals soon here between Dortmund and Barcelona. It's Barcelona again settle into possession in the opposition half. This is Caicedo. The man just dropped into a central area, and that opened up some space on the right for Koundé. Ball goes out towards the right back, and Barcelona now again switching the ball from right to left. They've done that well so far in the game this evening. Barcelona have been quite quick in moving it from one side to the other, just trying to move this deep lying block of Dortmund from one side to the other and try and open them up a little bit. They won't do it with passing like that. That's a straight ball forward, and actually Dortmund now try and build their own attack from deep. Quite a measured approach here from Dortmund, and they've made some inroads as well. This is a good run forward here as the ball is played out towards Gittins, who's looking for Guirassy. Guirassy applauds the cross, but unfortunately for him, too much on it. It goes over the head of the Guinea striker. Gittins just about managing to stay onside there. He got the ball over the head of Inigo Martinez, but it also went over the head of his teammate Guirassy. A big summer signing, of course, for Dortmund, joining from Stuttgart in July, and he's very much picked up where he left off last season. He scored 30 goals for Stuttgart last term. He's already scored 10 times in 16 matches for his new club. Gittins and Guirassy certainly a little bit quieter than ideal so far in the game for Dortmund. Can they try and get more involved now in the next few minutes? That was just a little taster there of what they might be able to do if they can find each other on the pitch, with that cross from Gittins just evading Guirassy right in front of the goal. It would have been a simple nod in from only a matter of yards out if that ball had reached Guirassy. Martinez, nice ball down the left hand touchline for Balde. To Martinez again. He can pick out a pass forward. This time though he goes with a simple one inside, a square ball to Cubarsí. Cubarsí, a player that's really making a name for himself in Spain this season, only 17 years of age. But for those of you that follow your Spanish football, I'm sure you've heard of the journalist Graham Hunter. He's stated that he's never seen anyone like Cubarsí in his 35 years covering the game. That is quite some statement from a man that's seen all the greats in La Liga, and the Messis and the Neymars of this world, of course. A hugely exciting talent at the heart of that Barcelona defence. So it's quite a youthful Barcelona team that Flick is guiding this season. Despite a little bit of a indifferent run of late with just 2 wins in their last 6, I think it's fair to say the Flick project is going quite well at the moment at the Camp Nou. Very much in the mix for the title. One man who play a big part, you think, in guiding them to any potential honours this season is Yamal, as he tries to break down the right, excuse me. His pass forward is intercepted by Dortmund, going down under a challenge. Just inside the Barcelona half there is the Dortmund number 9 striker Guirassy. He's won his team a free kick. That's exactly what you want from your centre forward when your team's just under that little bit of pressure, just to win free kicks like that. Everyone to take a breath. It was Martinez that made the foul on Guirassy. He's scored 4 goals in 5 Champions League appearances going into tonight, including their most recent game in the competition against Dinamo Zagreb. Good ball down the right hand channel now for Duranville. Duranville again showing some quick and tricky footwork, and that presents a chance on the edge of the area with a shot coming in from range. That shot might have just taken a deflection, but I think the offside flag has gone up against Duranville. Looks like he just strayed into an offside position, but he's certainly given Balde lots to think about. We've seen Balde be quite effective in possession going forward, but when Duranville's got the ball down at his feet, he's been happy to run at the Barcelona fullback, and he's caused him a few headaches so far. But the offside flag did go up there, so nothing comes of that latest attack. Martinez finds Balde again. Balde back to Martinez. Simple but effective. This is Caicedo. Back to Martinez again. Once again, Balde makes himself available. It's a ball inside to Dani Olmo, who's swept off his feet there with another challenge. He's been on the end of a couple of those already. Only half an hour on the clock. It's Julian Ryerson that's made the foul this time. And they're taking up some really smart positions on the pitch and forcing Dortmund into some rash tackles, it would seem. This is Pedri. Back to Guirassy once again. Plays the ball out to the right hand side for Koundé. Back to Guirassy once more. Inigo Martinez still in his own half as he receives the ball from his fellow central defender Guirassy. So they're just trying to find Dani Olmo, who again had taken up a nice area. He just ghosted into an area of freedom there, Olmo, but the ball never reached him. But this time, finding a nice little pocket is Pedri. Pedri and Olmo working in tandem nicely in the middle of the park. Rafinha with the first time cross, but that's intercepted in the heart of the penalty area. But the loose ball breaks the way of Olmo. He was thinking about a shot there as the ball just sat up nicely for him, but instead recycles possession out to the right hand side, where it's now in the care of Lamine Yamal. Pedri. Guirassy. Good forward ball down the right hand channel to Koundé. Koundé allowed to pick his head up and get across him. That's cleared away by Schlotterbeck. Barcelona seem to be picking up the second balls quite frequently at the moment. As soon as Dortmund cleared away, they've got another wave of attack to deal with, and that's the case once more as Barcelona lose it and then win it back immediately through Lewandowski. Olmo. Caicedo. Martinez. Every Barcelona player now in the opposition half as Balde picks up the ball on the left. Back towards Martinez again. He's still in the opposition half though. Caicedo. Just held up here by Dortmund, so he finds Guirassy. It's quite far advanced now for a central defender out towards Yamal. Yamal thinking about having a run here at Gittins. Gittins had to come all the way back to the edge of his own penalty area. That's not really where he wants to be. It's a nice link up between Koundé and Yamal. Yamal gets his shot away, but it's blocked behind for a Barcelona corner. I think it's going to be sent in by the captain Rafinha. goes short though to Pedri. Rafinha gets it back off Pedri. Rafinha rolls the ball a long way back from the penalty area where Balde keeps it alive for Barcelona. Barcelona trying something different now as they find Yamal, and there's a cross inside and it's headed away by Ryerson. Again, Ryerson was facing his own goal there, so not the nicest of situations to find yourself in, but he dealt really well with it there, the Dortmund defender. He knocks the ball away for a throw-in. Balde now has the ball in his grasp, and there seems to be a Dortmund player down here, and it is Ryerson who's down on the turf and looking in a little bit of discomfort here. Looks like he may have just had some sort of coming together with Lewandowski as the two players jostle for position ahead of that Balde throw-in. I don't think too much is going to come out of that though. Looks like it was just a simple coming together between the two players. Now back to his feet. Lewandowski and Ryerson immediately renew their acquaintances and get back to a little bit of pushing and shoving as the throw-in comes in. But Barcelona a bit careless off the restart there. They've given it away, but again they very quickly win it back through Caicedo, bundled over in the middle of the park. Pedri picks up the loose ball. He finds Balde on his outside on the left flank as ever. Back to Pedri now. Pedri to Barsi towards Kunde. Kunde one touch before moving it on again. He has to go back with Kubarsi. Kunde gets it back from Kubarsi. There's a ball over the top towards Lewandowski. Big outstretch from Lewandowski. Manages to take it down. He gets his cross inside. Will it fall to Olmo on the edge of the area? It's actually going to fall to Kunde, and Kunde with a vicious shot, which is well saved by Kobel. Not the first time we've seen Kobel having to get down low at that near post and make a save. Dortmund cleared the ball up towards the halfway line, but immediately Barcelona win it back. They're forcing quite a few turnovers at the moment. Surely this pressure is going to tell at some stage. Barcelona 258 completed passes in the game. Dortmund haven't even made 100 yet. So it's Barcelona starting to really own this football now, 35 minutes into the game. And the chances are starting to accumulate as well. A couple of saves already required from Kobel. Dictating everything from the back here for Barcelona. Dortmund just standing off and allowing them to play a ball into Olmo. Once the ball reached Pedri though, Dortmund got a little bit more serious in their press, and that press forces Barcelona back into their own half. Brandon just looking a little bit frustrated there that he didn't get more support out of possession. He was chasing that ball down as a couple of Barcelona players moved it around the back, but Ranville looks over his shoulder and no other yellow jersey there in support. So Barcelona play their way around that press. Ranville now in a duel here with Balde for possession. Ball falls at the feet of Ryerson and he runs the ball against the Barcelona fullback now for a throw-in. I think that was a save you'd expect Gregor Kobel to make. Couldn't they hit it cleanly, but hit straight at the goalkeeper. Wasn't in the corner by any stretch, so another regulation save for Kobel, but he's certainly been worked more than Peña has at the other end so far in this game. Chan trying to play a ball into the middle of the park. That was a bit loose there from the Dortmund skipper, but he got away with it on this occasion. Felix Mejia just taking on one Barcelona player too many there in a dribble, and he's been dispossessed, but Dortmund do very quickly win the ball back. Mechia's still down on the ground here, so the ball's going to be put out of play by his teammates, and the referee will now stop the game and get some attention for the German international. He scored his first goal for his country in the Nations League against Hungary last month. One of numerous players in this Dortmund side that was given his first German cap by none other than Hansi Flick. First cap for Mejia coming last year in a friendly against Belgium. Thankfully, he's back to his feet and the game can continue. 38.5 minutes on the clock. Still no goals, but chances at either end. Into a couple of stops for Dortmund. Rafinha with a good chance as well for Barcelona in this first half, while Sabitzer will still be ruined the fact he didn't hit the target after being played in by Duranville probably 10-15 minutes ago now. Seen much of Dortmund in an attacking sense over the last 5 or 10 minutes. They're trying to change that now as Gittens gathers the ball up against the left-hand corner flag here for Dortmund. He manages to draw a couple of defenders out as well, and the cross comes inside to Guirassy. It's a great save from Peña, and Barcelona managed to get bodies around that loose ball and clear their lines. Offside flag did go up again. Not the first time we've seen that offside trap tested to its limits. Guirassy was offside. Even if Sabitzer or the other Dortmund player that was inside there, Ben Sabini, if either of them had got on that cross from wide, they were both offside as well. But take nothing away from Inaki Peña. That's a really good save from point blank range. Guirassy with the header down into the ground, but Peña spread himself, made himself big, and managed to turn that ball away from his net. It's a good save from the 25-year-old netminder. It counts for nothing in the end because offside flag did go up anyway. Certainly when Dortmund have got into those wide areas in the final third, they have looked threatening, but a couple of times now they've just not been able to keep themselves on side. So again, just another reminder for Barcelona that while they're enjoying themselves up the park, they have to try and keep the door firmly shut at the back. Squander the lead twice at the weekend in Spain against Betis. Hansi Flick admitting after the game that perhaps some of his players had half an eye on this huge clash this evening in the Champions League. But we're maybe just encouraged by that attack a few moments ago. They come forward again now, again down that left hand channel that they seem to be getting some joy from. There's a good cross inside to Guirassy, and did he have his jersey pulled? He's gone down inside the area. The referee very quick to wave away those Dortmund protests. Barcelona wasting no time now in trying to get into the Dortmund half. Bit of a scrap, breaks out for possession. Rafinha goes down. Rafinha wins a free kick, and the referee is going to produce the first card of the night for Marcel Sabitzer. Sabitzer just needs to be careful here. He's been very strong in his protest to the referee. Emre Can, the captain, coming across and pulling away Sabitzer from the ref here. I think the Dortmund players want to ask the referee about that incident inside the area where Guirassy went down under some contact from Martinez. Martinez definitely has a little reach out there, and he does make contact with Guirassy, but the VAR would probably tell you there wasn't enough consequential contact there for that to be a penalty. The referee's just signalled that he's got word through from the VAR room that there's nothing to come from that incident, so it's just a yellow card there for Sabitzer. That came for kicking the ball away after making a foul on Rafinha. As I said, he was very strong in his protestations to the referee after that. Sabitzer's going to have to watch his step going forward now for the rest of this game. He's a very experienced player though, now with almost 100 caps for his country, Austria. Played for some massive clubs as well, Bayern Munich and Manchester United among them. He needs to be calm in the middle of the park now. He needs to pick up a yellow card inside the first half, and a yellow card he probably shouldn't have walked himself into. The referee signalled for a free kick to Barcelona. Inside his own half where he finds Martinez. Martinez to Balde. Back to Martinez again. This is Guirassy inside his own 18-yard box now. Now towards Koundé. Set up. Gets the ball off Kunde, plays it forward up towards Yamal, but too much on that. That'll be easily intercepted by Ben Sabaini. Forward, it's a loose ball going through to Pena. The last 90 seconds or so of regulation time in this first half. Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0. Meeting of the runners-up from last season and the 5-time previous champions, failing to produce a goal as of yet. So we'll to look back on during the half-time break. Good chances either end. I need a shout as well involving Borussia going down. We appear to be slightly impeded by Inigo Martinez. She's decided not to take that any further though. Here's Rafinha now. He's had a big chance of his own in this first half for Barcelona. He finds Balde. Balde tries to stick it through the legs of Ryerson. Ryerson manages to close that avenue. Comes away with possession now. Surrounded by 3 Barcelona players, and that pressure is too much for Ryerson. He gives it away, but credit to him. He stuck to his task well. He won it back, but Pedri immediately wins the ball back again. He plays the ball up towards Yamal, who may have strayed into an offside position, but it won't matter anyway. That ball is very calmly headed back by Jamie Gittins into the gloves of Koba. Hasn't been afraid to track back and carry out those defensive duties tonight, the 20-year-old Londoner Gittins, who's had a fantastic season so far in terms of scoring goals for Dortmund, but he's had to work hard at the other end of the pitch this evening. Here he is in possession now though, on the left hand side. He's got 2 Barcelona players in front of him, and he's managed to get by them and play the ball inside to Guirassy. That's a massive chance. I don't think Guirassy realised how much time and space he was in there inside the penalty area. He's taken the shot on first time. He hasn't got a hold of it at all. Not a great contact on the strike there from Guirassy, and it dribbled wide in the end, but this chance came about after some lovely footwork and lovely dribbling down the left hand side from Jamie Gittins, and that was to be the last action of the first half. The half-time whistle goes. No additional time at the end of that opening 45, and there's been a few nearly moments, a few maybe moments, a few what-ifs in this first half, but neither team with their shooting boots on as of yet. The half-time score reads Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0. Join myself, Kieran Burke, back here on Flash Score for second half coverage in about 15 Barcelona defence. It looks like Nuri Sahin is going to try and work towards that with a half-time substitution. Ryerson is going to go off, and Jan Couto is going to come on here. 22-year-old Brazilian international right-back who's currently on loan at Dortmund from Manchester City. Of course, he impressed massively in La Liga last season when he was on loan with Girona. He made 10 assists in 34 league matches, and he comes on here for his 12th appearance of the season in the yellow colours of Borussia Dortmund. So that's Jan Couto on during the half-time break here for Nuri Sahin's side. So Couto push Dortmund on in this second period. Just to give you the scores from elsewhere going into this second half, as the second half gets underway here between Dortmund and Barcelona. Arsenal 1-0 up into the second half against Monaco, and it was Saka with the goal there for the Londoners. AC Milan, they lead Red Star by a goal to nil. Rafael Leao with the goal for the Italians. It's scoreless in Portugal between Benfica and Bologna. Feyenoord leading 3-1 at the break against Sparta Prague. That game into its second half. Juventus against Manchester City, that is scoreless. Manchester City going into tonight only 20th in the league standings. Who would have thought that? And Stuttgart and Young Boys is 1-1 into the second half. So that's how things stand in the Champions League at the moment. Giving away the ball in a bad area. That's a sublime piece of defending at the back there to deny Barcelona a potential opening on goal. Guilty of giving the ball away in a very dangerous area. I think it was Reina who had his pocket picked, and all of a sudden Barcelona on the turn, and they were driving forward, but great intervention coming in there from Nico Schlotterbeck. Still Dortmund again guilty of being a little bit loose in possession inside their own half. They've given the ball away to Barcelona. The ball makes its way back now to Inaki Peña. This is Jules Koundé with the ball inside, and he tries to get a return pass there from Yamal, but that ball is stolen back by Gittins, and Gittins now gets a pass here off Reina. Gittins though, he's trying to make his way around Caicedo, but Caicedo does well to track back there, steal the ball away from the Englishman. Big start to the second half. Both teams are turning the ball over here. It's a bit of a hot potato. It's Dortmund's turn to try and keep a hold of it now. And the ball down the right hand channel here with Duranville, who looked bright in that first half, and he's full of confidence as he tries to just drop the shoulder and make his way around Alejandro Balde, but he runs out of room over on that far side. Ball goes behind for a Barcelona goal kick. Peña, there's a short pass to Martinez inside his own area. Sent forward now by Koundé. That's intercepted by the fresh legs of Jan Couto. Linked with a number of Premier League clubs at the moment. He's on loan from a Premier League club, as we said, on loan from Manchester City, but he looks to have a bright future ahead of him, Jan Couto. He's come on at half time for Nuri Sahin's men. A throw in into the feet of Meche. Back out of play for another Borussia Dortmund throw it inside the Barcelona half, which will be taken here by Jan Couto. The throw it back into his own half. It's very quickly sent directly forward then up towards Meche. Uses his strength well to hold on to possession for Dortmund. Just finding it hard to make inroads into Barcelona territory here. Just playing around with the ball inside their own half at the moment. The ball now all the way back to the goalkeeper, Kobel. Has to go out to Couto. Closed down by Rafinha. Does well to protect the ball, and he finds Meche again. The presence of Meche in possession here for Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona applying a strong press, so being forced back to their goalkeeper once again. This latest Dortmund attack proves to be a very slow burner. Trying to move it on now is Kuto. And again, he's forced back into his own half where he finds Emre Can. And once again, it's at the feet of the goalkeeper, Koba. Good saves in that first half for Borussia Dortmund. Should be the starting point of an attack here. Chips the ball up towards the halfway line where Garassi does well to get something on it, and Dortmund do pick up the second ball. They weren't always that quick to pick up loose balls in the first half, but they've picked up this one, and it might provide a chance here for Gittins. Gittins plays it across the face of goal. It's tapped in from close range by Garassi, but judging by his very muted celebration, yep, there's the offside flag. Unless VAR has a different opinion on this, it doesn't look like this goal is going to stand. Reina with a clever ball over the top of a very highly set Barcelona defence. Sabitzer got onto that ball. It then found its way to Gittins. Gittins with a nice ball across the face of the goal, was tapped in by Garassi, but that goal very quickly looked at, and the officials in the VAR hub agree with the on-field decision that it was offside. Just when Dortmund looked like they had their ears pricked there, their tails up, and were getting set to launch another attack, that attack breaks down. There's a bit of foul committed here, and the referee has produced his second card of the night for a Borussia Dortmund player. This time it's Mechia that joins Sabitzer in the referee's notebook. Number 8, Felix Mechia, booked there for a foul. Yeah, the foul was actually committed by Duranville, but it was the reaction of Felix Mechia. That's two very cheap bookings picked up by Nuri Sahin's men tonight. We saw Sabitzer go into the referee's book for kicking the ball away in the first half, and now an overzealous protest there from Julian Duranville sees him go into the referee's book. Emre Can does really well to find his way around Rafinha and Lewandowski. If Barcelona had won the ball back there, they would have been in big business. Dortmund try a ball down the right hand side. Schlotterbeck trying to pick out Duranville. Duranville's quick, but he's not quick enough to keep that ball in play. Goes out for a throw in. Barcelona have already taken. Get on with things here. Dani Olmo's managed to wriggle away from his man. He's got options in front of him. One of them's Rafinha. He's found the Brazilian. Rafinha into the area, and Rafinha finds the bottom corner. Rafinha celebrating. The Dortmund defenders have their arm in the air. They think it was offside, but for now it is Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 1, and Rafinha continues his perfect record in this competition this season. 6 games, 6 goals. He got a hat-trick against Bayern Munich earlier in the campaign, and he's hurt another German team now as he finds the bottom corner. Dani Olmo did so well to wriggle away from his man. He then plays the ball in behind the Dortmund defence, which was set high, but one player has just failed to get up with the other two there, and he's played Rafinha onside, and this goal is most certainly going to stand. It's going to be an assist for Olmo, a goal for Rafinha. And when Borussia Dortmund look back at this one tonight, they'll realise they weren't in tandem there in how they defended that. 2 players stepped up, one didn't, and as a result flag stays down, and Rafinha, cool and composed, just tucks it past Gregor Kobel. He's made a couple of good saves tonight. Nothing he could do about that though. He's given no chance by Rafinha. That's a very efficient finish from him. And Hansi Flick looking a little bit more relaxed now on that Barcelona bench. His side have hit the front early in the second half, and that stat continues to be a good one. Barcelona failing to score just once this season. That was in that defeat against Sociedad last month. So they have found their way through a stubborn Dortmund defence. Dortmund are going to have to come from behind if they want to make history and claim a victory against tonight's opposition for the first time. They've met 4 times previously. They've never been able to beat Barcelona, and they now have to come from behind if they want to change that fact. We saw Olmo picking up some really good positions in the first half. He maybe just plateaued then as the first half went on. He wasn't as involved as he was in the opening exchanges, but he's reintroduced himself into the game there early in the second half with a lovely piece of play in the middle of the park. He just wriggled away from his man. He picked his head up. He saw the runner, Rafinha, and he had other options as well. So he had to pick the right pass, and he certainly did. Dani Olmo. It's his pass and Rafinha's finish that gives us our opening goal of the night. Meanwhile, I can tell you, Manchester City have fallen behind in Turin against Juventus. Juventus won, Manchester City 0. City really struggling to get out of that rut that they're in at the moment. And Barcelona are looking to put Dortmund into a deeper hole here. They come forward with another attack, but the referee has spotted something off the ball here. It was coming together inside the Dortmund penalty area. Bit of a wrestling match unfolding there between Lewandowski and one of the Dortmund defenders, and the referee felt it was Lewandowski that was the main perpetrator there, so he's given a free kick to Dortmund. 55 minutes on the clock. Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 1. Rafinha with the breakthrough goal. Failed to keep a clean sheet in any of their last 10 Champions League matches against Spanish sides, and again their defence has been breached by a team from Spain this evening as Rafinha comes forward now looking to maybe get a brace for himself. He tried to actually return the favour there to Dani Olmo, who assisted him for his goal. He tried a reverse pass inside to Olmo, but just on slightly different wavelengths there. The ball runs through to the goalkeeper, Kobel. Flick looking set to continue his perfect record against Dortmund. 5 wins from 5 against them as Bayern Munich head coach in his hugely successful time in Germany. As things went sour when he took the national team job here, but he's very much establishing himself now with Barcelona. They're top of the league standings in Spain. The result here would really push them up the league table in the Champions League as well. Third booking of the night now for a Dortmund player, only on the pitch a matter of minutes. Jan Couto, he's had a little drag back there at a Barcelona player. He's pulled his jersey and picks up a yellow card for that cynical piece of play. This thing stand, Barcelona set to go second in the table. They'll be just 3 points behind Liverpool, who have of course won all 6 of their games in the competition so far. It's a good piece of sweeping keeping there from Inaki Peña. Barcelona setting up with that high defensive line. There was a ball over the top, and Peña though sprinting off his line to snuff out any danger. Both of these defences setting up quite high. We saw that for the Barcelona goal. Dortmund come forward now, trying to test Barcelona out at the back once more. Sabitzer missed a big chance in the first half. He finds Metja, back to Sabitzer. Sabitzer with a lovely curling cross inside, which Gittins gets something on. Referee has pointed to the penalty spot. It's going to be a penalty here for Borussia Dortmund, and it's going to be a yellow card for Pau Cubarsí. Sabitzer winding up across, and as that ball fell at the feet of Gittins, just in front of him, Cubarsí's had a little bit of a shove on Guirassy. There was a big appeal in the first half made by Dortmund when we saw Guirassy going down after a slight coming together with Martinez. There was nothing given that time. The referee, he's obviously keeping an eye on what's going on inside that Barcelona penalty area, and he spotted that little shove there from Cubarsí, and he feels that was enough to point to the penalty spot. So a chance for Borussia Dortmund to respond almost immediately to the concession of that goal scored by Rafinha. Cubarsí making his case to the officials, but he's wasting his breath. They've made their mind up. This is going to be a spot kick here to Borussia Dortmund. Guirassy taken down inside the area by the 17-year-old centre-back. Guirassy, he's brushed himself down and he's getting ready to take this spot kick. Some words of advice from Ben Sabaini. Guirassy now gets ready to settle himself down and get ready to take this penalty. Referee just having a word with Inaki Peña reminding the Barcelona goalkeeper of the rules and regulations to stay on that goal line. Garassi, eyes fixed on the ball. He hasn't even looked up at the goalkeeper. He's solely focused on a clean strike here. Try and get Borussia Dortmund back in this game. Garassi, short run up, buries it into the bottom right hand corner. Cool as you like from Garassi. And the man that scored goals by the bucket load last season with Stuttgart, he's doing exactly the same for the club he joined in July. That's his 11th goal in 17 matches for Borussia Dortmund. It's his 5th goal in 6 Champions League appearances this season, and it's a goal from the penalty spot for Garassi, the Guinea international striker. Levelling up matters. It's Borussia Dortmund 1, Barcelona 1. Keeper went the right way, but far too accurate the strike from Garassi, nestling in the very bottom right hand corner. 2 goalkeepers would have struggled to save that. Deadly accurate from Garassi. His overall record in the Champions League now reads 7 goals in 10 matches. He also featured in this competition for Stade Rennais. It's the German club that's benefiting from his services now. There's the referee again, forced into reaching for a yellow card. It's another Borussia Dortmund player. This time it looks to be Ben Sebaini that's getting a good selling off from the referee. He's just stretched in there, he's overreached, and he's managed to catch Jules Koundé with his tackle. Ben Sebaini picks up a yellow card. 4th booking of the game. It's 3-1 on the booking count. Dortmund with 3, Barca with 1, and that's a crucial yellow card for Ben Sebaini as well. He's going to miss their next game in the competition as a result. He's going to have to serve a suspension, I'm afraid. Dortmund with their tails up now, coming forward again. Sabitzer with the cutback to Garassi. Garassi has his shot blocked by, I thought it was blocked by Koundé, but the referee signalling that this is going to be a goal kick, so he's obviously just got it all wrong there, Garassi. Despite scoring from the spot moments ago, he couldn't get a good contact on his shot there from about 20 yards out, on the very edge of the area. But he might have actually kicked it against his own standing leg there, Garassi. That ball balloons harmlessly up into the air and over the bar, but again it was good play out on the right hand side there from Marcel Sabitzer. Presented that chance to Borussia Dortmund. Foul committed this time by Barcelona, and it was Jan Couto that ended up being shoved to the ground there by Lewandowski. He's been heavily involved, hasn't he, Couto, since he came on? He picked up that yellow card for a foul only a few minutes after coming into the game. Now he's been fouled himself here by Lewandowski, and he needs treatment as well. Looks like he's had the wind knocked out of his sails. As things stand, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund both set to climb into the top 3 of the Champions League phase standings at this point here. A lot of football still to be played. We've played just over an hour. It's 1-1. Barcelona taking the lead through a cool finish from Rafinha after he was played through by Dani Olmo. Just minutes later, penalty conceded by Barcelona, shove in the back on Garassi. Garassi to dust himself down and convert the penalty that he won for his team. Stevens, as a result, 1-1, the latest score here. Very slowly picking himself up off the turf here, Jan Couto. That's coming together with Lewandowski. Just go off momentarily, Jan Couto, after receiving treatment, so Borussia Dortmund will restart the game here with 10 men. Free kick to be taken just inside the Barcelona half. It is now taken. They'll have to retreat into their own territory here. Borussia Dortmund, the ball all the way back with Kobel, the goalkeeper. Taking up a nice position though was Ben Sebaini. Gittins to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck with a lovely switch of play over to the substitute Jan Couto. Couto's got support on his outside. And he gets the ball back now, Couto, in an advanced area. Can he manage to work an angle for a cross? He's done well here to find Duranville. Duranville to Mecha. Mecha again using his big frame to hold off a couple of Barcelona players. Lewandowski's won it back here for Barca. Lewandowski trying to switch the play out towards Yamal, who's had a quite enough evening so far. That ball doesn't reach Yamal because it's intercepted by Ben Sabaini. It's a wonderful switch of play out to Duranville. Dortmund keen to get it out to him as quickly as possible, as often as possible. Sabitzer with the cutback. He was looking for Reina, but that was a loose cutback, and Barcelona now looking to launch a transition, a counter-attack. This is Yamal. Rafinha just puts the brakes on, allows the Dortmund bodies to filter behind the ball. Barcelona happy to play keep ball for now, try and reassert some control on the game. Here's the ball over the top towards Rafinha, and well positioned, and with a nice cushioned chest back to his goalkeeper there was Ben Sabaini. Sweeping down low, just cushioning that ball off his chest back into the grateful gloves of Gregor Kobel. Barcelona having some sustained periods of possession, particularly in the first half, but hasn't really been the case in the second half, and that's maybe why Rafinha put the brakes on there on that counter-attack and just wanted his team to get a few touches in, but it hasn't worked out because Dortmund have it again inside the Barcelona half as the ball is switched out to Sabitzer. He's enjoying himself out on this right flank. Barcelona giving him a little bit too much freedom as he gets another cross into the area. This time it's intercepted. Olmo heads away looking for Yamal. Yamal beat to the ball, and Dortmund come again. The better phases of the game here as the ball runs through to Guirassy. He can't just trap that one though. Kunde puts his laces through it, it's blocked down, and Barcelona have to clear it all over again. Kubarsi, his attempted clearance is blocked down by Jamie Gittins. Dortmund trying to smother the Barcelona defence, they're keeping the pressure on, and it looks like Hansi Flick is going to respond with a couple of substitutions. Meanwhile, Dortmund have got an issue of their own potentially with Ben Sabaini down on the deck. He's going to need some treatment, so we're going to have a brief stoppage here. Should allow Hansi Flick to make those couple of alterations. Other players warming up on the touchline for both sides as well. Looks like Schlotterbeck's got a problem as well. His shoulder has been attended to at the moment. The magic sponge is in operation. Ben Sabaini back to his feet, I'm glad to say, but there's a bit of concern here over Schlotterbeck's shoulder, it would seem. All of the medical science we've got in the games these days, the magic sponge still proves to be the most effective weapon in the physio's bag, it would seem. Looks like Rafinha's going to be replaced here. He's taken off the captain's armband, but maybe he was just adjusting it actually. Not really sure what that was all about. He was running around the pitch with the captain's armband still in his hand, so maybe he is going to go off, but he was a bit early in taking off the captain's strap there. So haven't made those substitutions yet. The game is back underway. 68 minutes on the clock. Borussia Dortmund 1, Barcelona 1. Both goals coming in the second half. Barcelona took the lead before the home side responded just minutes later from the penalty spot. Looks like Flick is going to introduce some fresh legs very shortly as Lamine Yamal tries to open up his legs and go on a run. He's taken down, but the loose ball breaks away. Kunde, referee plays a good advantage. Kunde with the cutback to Rafinha. Rafinha with the cutback now to Olmo. It's a good save, but the rebound falls to Lewandowski. Lewandowski's shot is blocked by Schlotterbeck, who celebrates that block as if he scored a goal at the other end. That was brilliant defending there from the 25-year-old German. He's played every minute in the Champions League this season, and you can see why he's so important to Nuri Sahin's team. That's a wonderful, inspired piece of defending as he threw his entire body behind that block of the shot from Lewandowski. Corner to Barcelona. Rafinha still holding the captain's armband in his hand as he gets ready to take this Barcelona corner. Rafinha whips the ball in, plenty of venom, but straight into the gloves of Kobel. It looked like he was going to let that slip through his fingertip for a minute, but after an anxious second or two, he eventually grasped the ball, and Rafinha is now down with some sort of an issue here. As you know, his time on the pitch is coming to an end anyway. It was Rafinha that opened the goal scoring for us tonight, but I think that's going to be his final involvement of the game. That corner he's just taken there in the last couple of seconds. Rafinha slowly trotting away to the sideline, where he is about to be replaced here by Frankie de Jong. De Jong is going to take over the responsibility of captain's duties. He's presented the armband by the Brazilian. Lewandowski and Olmo also heading off here for the Catalan side. So 3 big names out: Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez and Frankie de Jong, all coming on here for Hansi Flick's team. We're going to have to keep a very close eye on Ferran Torres in particular. He's netted in 2 of his 3 Barcelona games since returning from injury, and a number of his recent goals have come late in games as well. 3 of his last 4 club goals arriving after the 80th minute. He's on in the 70th minute. Will be another late show from Ferran Torres, the former Manchester City man, this evening. Borussia Dortmund goal kick to restart proceedings after those substitutions. Borussia with a ball up towards Gittins. Gittins did well to keep it alive. Barassi trying to take the ball down on his chest, but that's run through to a Barcelona player, but Dortmund have just enough bodies back to deal with the danger. It's a picture trying to pass down the right hand channel, but that ball goes out of play for a Dortmund throw-in, and it looks like Nuri Sahin's going to respond to those changes made by Hansi Flick with some substitutions of his own the next time the ball goes dead here. Gittins dropping deep to get on it here for Dortmund. He finds Chan and gives it back to the English youngster. Gittins just left a little bit too much on that pass, and Dortmund get lucky that there was a foul committed there, because Gittins definitely put just a little bit too much weight behind his pass. Left his teammate up against it, but Inigo Martinez coming in with a loose tackle there on Sabitzer, wins a free kick for his side in the centre of the park. Duranville's been very lively tonight, but he's going to be replaced. Rain is also going off here, so 16 and 7. Number 16 and 7 going off for Borussia Dortmund. Coming on, Malin and Pascal Gross. Malin, Dutch international winger. He's got 2 goals in the Champions League this season, scoring in consecutive games against Real Madrid and the victory against Sturm Graz. Former PSV man called for from the bench here. Here's the ball towards Garassi. Garassi does well to nod it down. Ball to the feet of Gittins inside the area. He doesn't know whether to go left or right. He just splashes the ball across the face of the 6-yard box, but it was well read by the goalkeeper Peña. Pascal Gross almost with an early introduction. It was almost one touch, one goal for Gross there if he had managed to latch onto that ball that was fired across the box by Gittins. People did well. Pascal Gross, former Brighton player, of course. Here in Germany in the summer. Interestingly, Pascal Gross, another of these Dortmund players that was given his international debut by Hansi Flick, that came in the infamous friendly defeat against Japan, which proved to be Flick's last game in charge of the national team. He was sacked the very next day, so they didn't work together for too long in the national camp, it's fair to say. The sight of Gross might bring back a few bad memories for Hansi Flick, but Gross will be hoping to give him a few more nightmares this evening, with a strong performance off the bench here for Borussia Dortmund as we head into the last 15 minutes or so at normal time. Still 1-1 in this Champions League showdown. Jules Koundé with a great ball inside. Shot comes in, it's saved, but the rebound is turned home from close range, and it's a goal for Barcelona, and a goal scored from inside the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper's out of luck here, I'm afraid. Gregor Kobel, he's made a good save initially, but the ball falling at the feet of Ferran Torres. And we mentioned Torres when he came on, that run of late goals that he's gone at scoring at the moment. Usually his goals come after the 80th minute. It's come a little bit earlier this evening, but still a late goal in the grand scheme of things, and could be a very important goal as well. It was Lamine Yamal and Jules Koundé that linked up down the right hand side. Koundé with the cross inside. The shot came in initially from, we'll have to get another look at who the first shot came in from. First shot came in from Fermin Lopez, and Kobel gets down really well to save, but unfortunately for him, the loose ball falling straight to Ferran Torres, who scores from close range. So it's the two substitutes involved in that goal there for Barcelona. They let the lead slip twice in La Liga at the weekend against Real Betis. Can they hold on to the lead tonight? They've let it go once. Surely they don't lose it from their grasp again. Barcelona 2-1 in front now. Just over 15 minutes left to play. Gittins trying to respond instantly for Dortmund down the left flank. He has a run at Koundé. He's got away from Koundé. Great ball from Gittins, and what a missed opportunity for Guirassy to double up on the night. He's headed it over from close range. Great speed down the left from Gittins. It's a really good cross inside, and it was on a plate for Guirassy, but he's got too much on it. He's got under it, and he's headed it over the bar from no more than 6 yards out. For a striker of his quality, the stats he's produced over the last couple of seasons in Germany, that goes down as a massive missed chance there for Guirassy, the Dortmund striker. Getting a glimpse of the pace and the skill of Gittins. He joined from Manchester City's academy in 2020, and a little bit like Cole Palmer, maybe they shouldn't have let him go, because I can tell you Manchester City are now 2-0 down in Turin against Juventus. Manchester City starting the night as low as 20th in the table, and it looks like they might slip another few places yet. Barcelona up to second as things stand, looking for a third goal of the evening, but Frankie de Jong's pass is misplaced. It runs through to the goalkeeper Kobel. Arriving here in Germany from the City Academy in 2020. His first team debut at the end of the 21-22 season. Last season was his most involved season yet, with 34 first team appearances, scoring twice and making 8 assists this season. He's already scored 4 times in 5 Champions League matches. He's got 5 goals in the league as well. He's really a rising star. We've seen quite a few English players come over to Germany in the last few years. You think of Jadon Sancho, you think of Jude Bellingham as well. Borussia Dortmund now with a great chance to equalise, and it's a goal turned into an empty net for Guirassy. He missed that chance from point blank range just minutes ago, but he wasn't going to miss this. Goalkeeper Inaki Peña coming in, flying out of his nets there, and he hasn't got anything on it, and the ball has fallen perfectly to Guirassy to roll the ball into an unguarded net. And once again Barcelona have let the lead slip for the second time in the game, just as they did in La Liga at the weekend against Betis. They've been unable to hold on to their position of authority. Barcelona's line caught high after giving the ball away. So Peña trying to play the role of sweeper keeper, flying out of the nets, but he was beaten to the pitch of the ball, and that presented Guirassy with the ideal opportunity just to roll the ball home. After some good work from Pascal Gross, he beat the goalkeeper to it. He played the pass across to Guirassy. Guirassy moves the ball into an empty net. Borussia Dortmund 2, Barcelona 2. What a game. 4 goals in the second half. Two substitutes involved in Barcelona's second goal. It was a substitute with the assist there for Borussia Dortmund. Pascal Gross with the set up for Guirassy. Made no mistake this time around. It's Pascal Gross' 6th assist of the season already. Still awaiting his first goal in these colours after joining from the Seagulls in the summer. I'm sure it's only a matter of time for Pascal Gross before he opens his account. Once again, Gross proving to be provider. Sabitzer tries to get onto a loose ball inside that Barcelona penalty area, but good turn of foot from Al Kubarsi just to beat Sabitzer to the ball. The ball goes out, playing for a Barcelona goal kick. 6 goals in 6 Champions League matches now for Guirassy. He's on a hat-trick yet again. Meanwhile, Arsenal have just gone 2-0 up against Monaco. It's a double for Saka. Saka and Guirassy both with braces tonight in the Champions League. Jules Koundé. Nice little cheeky back heel into the path of Lamine Yamal. Change direction now with the attacking goal towards the left hand side of the pitch. Inigo Martinez with the ball to Balde. This is Pedri. There's some movement in front of him, but instead it's a square pass to Kubarsi, guilty of giving away that penalty, which led to Dortmund's first equaliser of the night. The goal scored by Guirassy, of course. Guirassy again. Found Pascal Gross. Gittins, I think he might have just strayed into an offside position. The ball didn't reach him anyway. It was intercepted by Jules Koundé, but Koundé guilty of giving it away. This is Pascal Gross once again. He's got options inside. It's a tempting cross as well. He's going to run through to the back post from Malen. Malen lets the ball settle at his feet before eventually trying to smash it across the face of goal. There's a shot coming in from Pascal Gross, and there's Sabitzer, and he scored, but it's offside. Whistle had long gone. Hectic couple of moments there. Pascal Gross with the long range shot came off Guirassy, who was just standing in the way of it. He didn't know anything about it. It fell to Sabitzer, who tapped home into an empty net. This time it doesn't count. And ending the game strongly. Pascal Gross has had a really good impact off the bench. Here he is again, but he's dispossessed this time. Lamine Yamal beaten to it by Schlotterbeck again. That's not the first time we've seen that from Schlotterbeck in the second half, after making a big defensive contribution, a big celebration, a big fist pump to the crowd. He absolutely loves that side of the game. It's great to see. When you think of the Champions League, you think of great goals and all the stars in the game, but sometimes it's beautiful to see that defensive art alive and well. Saves the guy in there, got the tackling, but certainly not in the Schlotterbeck household. Pascal Gross again breaks down the left. His cutback has found Sabitzer, who finds Gittins. Gittins back to Pascal Gross. Gross stands the ball up, and this time it's into the gloves of Peña. But what an impact Pascal Gross is having off the bench in this game. Maybe 2.5 minutes played now. 4 goals evenly shared, 2-2 between Dortmund and Barcelona. It was going well in this Champions League phase. And they can't be separated at the moment. De Jong dispossessed this time. This is a direct ball forward now from Dortmund up towards Malen. Malen goes on the outside of Balde, and he gets a shot in, and it almost knocked Inaki Peña off his feet, but he did well to stand up there, the goalkeeper. Malen, after winning a corner for his team, now playing the role of cheerleader, the orchestrator of that famous yellow wall that Borussia Dortmund are shooting into in this second half. The supporters will be trying to suck this ball into the net for a third time this evening. Dortmund's goals coming at this end of the pitch in the second half. Apologies, actually wasn't a corner. Ball went behind for a goal kick in the end, but still a positive moment there with Malen forcing the save from Inaki Peña. It's all Borussia Dortmund at the moment. Gittins. There's a cross that's played inside, and this time it will be a corner to Befabe, Borussia Dortmund's. Then Savini breaking forward that side to play the cross inside, which is blocked behind for a Dortmund corner. Germans certainly ending this game the stronger at the moment. Supporters really getting behind their team now. It's Pascal Gross provider of Garassi's second goal of the night, gets ready to play this corner into the Barcelona penalty area. Pascal Gross towards the front post, and he forces a punch away from goalkeeper Peña. Pascal Gross, the ball came back to him, but he's given it away to Barcelona in a dangerous area. Lamine Yamal, oh, what a pass inside from Yamal. This is a big opportunity for Barcelona to take the lead again. For the third time they've struck the front, and it's Ferran Torres with his second goal in the space of just a few minutes. He hasn't been on the pitch for too long, but it's the substitutes that are having a big impact on this game. Pascal Gross, he's been so effective for Borussia Dortmund from the substitutes bench, but this time he is a guilty party in the concession of this goal. He's tried to play a ball back into the centre of the pitch to keep that Dortmund attack alive, but he's presenting it straight to Pedri. He finds Lamine Yamal, who takes a couple of touches and then plays a wonderful incisive pass inside to Ferran Torres, and Torres takes just one touch to steady himself. He looks up, he picks his spot, and he drives it past Kobel and into the bottom left hand corner. It's a really good finish from the former Manchester City man. And Ferran Torres yet again scoring a goal beyond the 80th minute mark. How many times has he done that in recent memory for Barcelona? And here's another one for the highlight reel. Borussia Dortmund 2, Barcelona 3. Can Dortmund respond one last time? They've come from behind twice. They're going to have to muster up the energy to go again. Hansi Flick celebrates on the touchline with 100% managerial record against Borussia Dortmund, looking set to continue unless Dortmund can respond inside the last 5 minutes. What a second half we have treated to here on Flash Score this evening. We'll run you through the scorelines elsewhere before we go as well, but it's all eyes on a grandstand finish here in Dortmund. Can they hit back again? Been on the ropes a couple of times tonight, but they've always found a counter punch or two and a way back into the game. But this time they've been knocked to the canvas. They have to pick themselves up and try and find a final round knockout. It's the situation they're faced with now. Time running out, clock ticking down, almost 87 minutes play. Barcelona have the ball inside their own half. Kunde, a rushed clearance. Will be a throw into Borussia Dortmund. Savini not too happy with the ball boys. He wants a spare ball chunked in a bit quicker here, so try and get this game restarted, which he eventually has managed to do. Knocked under into the Barcelona half. Barcelona pick up that loose ball, slightly loose touch from Pedri, good defending from Emre Can. When he wins the ball back, uses it smartly as well. Down the right hand side now, Jan Couto finds Malen to Metche from a central position, switches the ball out to the left really well to Gittins. Gittins doubly marked here by a couple of Barcelona players. That pressure is told as Gittins gives the ball away. Barcelona now looking to kill this game off on the counter-attack, but positioned perfectly once again. Schlotterbeck, what a game he's had at the back. You don't say that too often about a defender in a team that's conceded 3 goals, but Schlotterbeck has been superb tonight for Borussia Dortmund. Pascal Gross, can he make amends for his role in the concession of that third goal? Schlotterbeck again, possession inside his own half. It's no good to Dortmund here. They need to try and get up the park. Emre Can, more direct ball, but again he cycles for Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck fires the ball into the middle of the park. It's a nice little flick around the corner from Pascal Gross up towards Garassi. Garassi can't hold on to it though. Malen's won it back, at least momentarily. He still has it, the Dutchman. He manages to find Ben Sabidi, who finds Gittins out on the left. Gittins goes one way, puts the brakes on, then goes the other, but Kunde's sticking with it for now. Gittins with the layback. That's a nice little back heel. And there's a shot coming in from Metche after a back heel from Ben Sabini. Set him up, but the ball is blocked away. Barcelona trying to launch a counter-attack, but Borussia Dortmund have it again for now. For the last minute of normal time, what has been a breathless, a thrilling second half. 5 goals, split 3-2 in favour of Barcelona. Gittins trying to level up affairs now as he cuts in onto his right foot, gets a shot away. It did take a touch though. It looks like it's going to be a corner to Borussia Dortmund. Hansi Flick trying to see out this game now. His team have struggled so much to see out leads in recent weeks, so he's going to make a substitution. Lamine Yamal, he's had one of his quieter nights at the office, but it's his assist for Ferran Torres' second goal that may decide this game. So, quieter night, but he still made a big contribution as he gets ready to be replaced here. Now replaced by Paul Victor, 2-year-old attacker, play on either flank as well. Scores first La Liga goal in Barcelona's only defeats this season. Scored on the victory for Chelsea away from home against Mallorca. Given his first Champions League experiences this season as well against Young Boys and Bayern and Red Star. Now he comes on against Borussia Dortmund, last season's runners-up. At the moment, it looks like Dortmund are going to have to settle for second best again in this game tonight. It's another Spanish side, Barcelona. Barcelona with their noses in front as 4 additional minutes of injury time are signalled by the fourth official. Barcelona cling on. Malin. His footwork down the right-hand side, but Barcelona had bodies around him. Managed to come away with the ball. Quite quickly though. Dortmund come forward again. Garassi outnumbered 2v1. He can't hold on to it, but Kudel's won it back. The ball comes directly into the Barcelona penalty area now, where the loose ball is picked up by Gittins. Pascal Gross, cheeky backheel into the path of Ben Sebaini, but with an outstretched tackle there denying Ben Sebaini a touch inside the area. It will be a throw in, which is taken by Rami Ben Sebaini. Schlotterbeck stepping forward, he's out muscled, and this could be a chance for Barcelona to kill the game, or at least run down the clock. Hansi Flick pointing to the corner flag, that's where he wants Ferran Torres to go, but Torres was a bit indecisive. He started heading towards the corner, then he turned back, then he lost the ball, and then he pulled his man to the ground. It'll be a free kick to Borussia Dortmund, but again, that's probably an area where Flick won't be too disappointed to see Torres giving away a foul, even if he has picked up a yellow card there for pulling his man to the ground. He's done it many yards away from his own penalty area. Torres looks set to be the winner with a brace off the bench for Barcelona. Are again trying to run down the clock with further changes here. Pedri heading off. Pedri replaced by Eric Garcia. Played now on 4 additional minutes. Might go slightly beyond that with those substitutions. By any calculation, Dortmund are running low on time here. They'll find a third equaliser of the evening. Ball drilled up towards the Barcelona penalty area. Almost reaches Garassi. Hurried clearance away by Martinez, who a little bit like Schlotterbeck at the other end, a fist bump to the crowd. It's great to see defenders just loving to defend. So many defenders these days ask to play from the back, but just the basics of the game there that bring such joy to Martinez. 30 seconds remaining now. Here is Schlotterbeck. Emre Can manages to dribble around a couple of Barcelona players. He's done really well. Ball out to the right hand side now to Malin. Malin with the cross inside. It's headed away first time. First contact from a Barcelona defender. Another cross comes in. Absolutely loaded this penalty area, Borussia Dortmund, but Barcelona standing tall at the back. As the ball comes all the way back to the goalkeeper Kovel. There's a long ball forward up towards Sabitzer. Jules Koundé's favourite to win this. Koundé has won the ball, but he's unable to clear his his lines. Gittins has it here. Gittins goes down quite theatrically, but the referee feels there was a foul there. Gittins fouled just on the edge of the area, and he's to the extreme left of the box here, so I don't think this will be an opportunity to have a direct shot on goal. They're going to have to try and manufacture something here. Pascal Gross standing over this, and the goalkeeper Gregor Kobel is coming forward for this. This is last chance saloon for Borussia Dortmund. We're already 30 seconds beyond the allotted added time of 4 minutes. As Pascal Gross eyes up this free kick, he knows this is going to be the last significant action of this game. Anything could happen here. Pascal Gross with the cross inside, and the header on goal goes over the bar from Schlotterbeck. If anyone deserved to score a late equaliser, it would have been him. He's been fantastic at the back for Borussia Dortmund this evening, but he's got too much on his header this time. He may have been in an offside position anyway. It would have been an anxious way for the VAR officials to check that one, but there will be no check because Schlotterbeck put the ball over the bar. It was a tasty delivery from Pascal Gross. It's such a shame that his night will probably be remembered by the misplaced pass that led to Barcelona's late winner, because Gross has had a huge impact on this game in a positive sense off the bench, and he almost found another assist there. But